Hey everybody, so today we're going to be doing the Black Creek ride. Starting from Boise, Idaho, we're going to be going up north via Highway 55. That'll take us to Horseshoe Bend. We're going to cut left on Highway 52, and that'll connect us over with Emmett. So technically we'll start by going north, we're going to go west, and then once we get to Emmett, we're going to take Highway 16 back down and finish that loop. So it's a pretty cool loop. I've done it twice now. Once with my buddy. It was actually my first longer motorcycle ride when I first got my bike. It's around 70 miles. And then I've done it again by myself. But this will be my first time doing it, recording it. So I'm super excited. With that being said, big thanks to my friend Andrew for allowing me to borrow his GoPro for this riding season. And that'll just allow me to get more footage actually on the bike as well as when we go fishing as well. So I'll be using it for tons of different things. But right now, just having a cup of coffee, we're gonna get packed up, get geared up. And then like I said, we're going up Highway 55 to Horseshoe Bend. We're gonna go left on 52. That's that Black Canyon Road or that Black Canyon Dam. There's some cool spots along there that we're gonna stop. And then once we get to Emmett, we're gonna cut back down south via Highway 16. Back to Boise. It should be a fun ride, so let's go ahead and get to it. As we all know, the first stop on any trip is to make sure we start it off with a full tank of gas. Before heading up to go over the foothills into Horseshoe Bend, I stopped by this cool little info sign so I could put on my heating gloves. I really enjoy looking at these signs as they provide me with new places to explore in the future. There was definitely a point while heading into Horseshoe Bend that I debated turning around and heading back due to the unforecasted rain, but I opted not to as I need to practice riding in wet conditions. The important thing when riding in rain is to be as smooth as possible on the throttle and make sure you go into turns at or below the posted speed. When I go on solo rides like these, it is about the journey and enjoying the ride and the scenery, not about going fast. But luckily for me, that was the only rain that we saw during the ride, as the overcast sky began to break up and the sun started to shine through after making it into Horseshoe Bend. Horseshoe Bend is a cool little town with a stated population of just over 800 people since the census in 2021. It got its name of Horseshoe Bend due to the horseshoe-shaped bend in the Payette River at which this once bustling settlement is located. It was a critical part of the Boise Basin Gold Rush of 1862 as it became the spot many miners settled in during the winter months and allowed the settlement to grow into a town of ranchers and farmers. The growth of the town increased the need for lumber, and soon sawmills were popping up all over the tributaries on the river. This led to the integration of rail transportation in the town and the surrounding areas, and made the town a popular place for inhabitants and travelers alike as the town grew to have everything people needed in that time of life. Alright, so just finished up here in Horseshoe Bend. Just used a bathroom and ate a little snack, flew the drone bit, and now I am getting ready to go on again. We're going to be cutting west here, going through that Black Canyon Dam, so we'll stop there. Luckily the sun's come out, should be a little bit warmer, a little wet getting here, but it was fun nonetheless, so let's get going.
Black Canyon Dam. It was my mistake. It's not a part of the Oregon Trail. The sign that I remembered made me think it was, but it's just an info sign. But yeah, we made it here. I'll show you around, and I will of course show you the dam. There's not a ton of water flowing through it, but it is still pretty cool to see. So yeah, happy to be out here. So we are on the home stretch. We're gonna head towards Emmett, finish going west, and then we're gonna go south back to Boise using Highway 16, and it'll be a fun ride. I might stop in Emmett, just get a few photos or a few drone shots just to show you what it's like. But other than that, let's go ahead and let's head back.
Emmett was another location that saw an influx of people due to the Boise Basin Gold Rush in the 1860s. Before Emmett was called Emmett, it was actually known as Martinsville, named after Nathaniel Martin and Jonathan Smith, who built a ferry to cross the Payette River in 1863. Martinsville grew around this ferry site and was a big component of local trade as well as traffic from the Basin Trail. While Martinsville became known as Emmett in around 1871, it was officially incorporated as the town of Emmett in 1900. One of my favorite spots to stop near Emmett is Freeze Out Hill, which gives an awesome view of Emmett and the surrounding landscape. The reason that it is known as Freeze Out Hill is because due to how steep the grade is, travelers oftentimes had to lock or freeze their wagon wheels and actually slide down the hill in order to get into Emmett. It was also often a whole day's journey just to travel up and out of Emmett from that direction.